Hello, my name is MatthewGaston. I'm a big fan of plants and Pokemon. Now it's time to take a look at Pokemon number 1 for the National Dex. What it is precisely could be a little bit perplexed.
Bulbasaur. It bears the seed of a plant on its back from birth. The seed slowly develops. Researchers are unsure whether to classify Bulbasaur as a plant or animal.
A Bulbasaur is an animal that has a seed planted in its back. And this is, what we understand it to be. But we can look at the name Bulbasaur, which is, Saur refers to reptile, but we actually know that Bulbasaur is inspired by a frog, because that's what the people have said. It looks like a frog, it moves like a frog. Frogs move like this, like a guitar. And then reptiles, they move like this, like that. And we can see from the animation that Bulbasaur jumps like a frog. And the word bulb in its name refers to the botanical structure of a bulb. So, come along with me, and we'll go take a look. Bulb is a botanical structure that has a very short stem and thickened scale leaves that store nutrients. Like this onion, this roots are sticking out the bottom, and the stem is right there. And then all of these things outside that we eat are the leaves. So let's take a look inside. Cut them first. So this is our stem. This is called the basal plate. And we know that leaves attach to the stem. So each of these is called a scale leaf. This is a white onion, so you can't see lines very well, but if I get a red onion, you would see them very clearly. These are the roots. This is the stem. All the leaves attach to the stem. These are here to store nutrients. The meristem is in the middle here, and this is what it grows the new leaves and flowers. So we can see that this is a growing point, and it's growing up like this. Now we have this tunic, or these protective layers on the outside, that you peel off, and starting to cry. So presumably Bulbasaur is a frog that has some kind of bulb on its back, and they live happily ever after. In the video, I didn't really get into the different species of bulbous plant that Bulbasaur could be, but it could be an onion. I like the idea of this one called Amaryllis. Amaryllis is the realest. That's not true. While they're all real, this one is a nice bulbous plant that produces a very nice thick bulb, and these are the flower stalks. They remind me of Bulbasaur's vines that you see when he does Vine Whip. So with a healthy Amaryllis bulb, we get a nice shape. The color can be greenish if the little tunic comes off. I think it's a good fit. But I didn't talk about it because I didn't have time, and it was a lot. When you look at the National Dex, the very first pure grass type Pokemon you encounter is this one here. This is Tangela.
The Vine Hawkman.
The Vine Pokemon, yes. It is covered in these blue vines. Some of the earlier Pokédex entries say that it is seaweed-like, and some people think that it's based on the tumbleweed or some kind of Salatinella, but I think that's a bit far-fetched if you ask me. What it really reminds me of is a plant called Cynacium, which is a succulent plant that has these thick, succulent stems and no leaves from Africa and the Indian Ocean and Pacific Islands. There are a lot of different species of Cynacium. Many of them don't have leaves, and they just have a nice thick stem with waxes on it. And these waxes give it a nice blue-green hue. This waxy cuticle is what makes them blue, and so Tangela is blue, and conceivably it has a lot of wax on it. So if we get a field of Cynacium like the one here, we can add some eyes and some boots, and then sure as sunshine, it looks like our little friend Tangela. So, this is what I perceive Tangela to be inspired by. You might think something else, and that's perfectly alright. Feel free to share that with me. I'm always interested in your thoughts. It's all about learning and growth.